Hello, this is Derek Wyatt, lawyer for the people. Now I'm going to be making an upcoming video about statements, and I'm going to be bothering people around me who don't know me about the statements.
Yeah, look over here, Raptors. Look over here, Raptors. Black doggy. Black doggy. Spin around, black doggy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. One more. That's it. That's enough. Good boy.
Now I'm going to be making an upcoming video about statements,
Into the puppy house. Into the puppy house. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Lay down. Good boy. Hey, get it to the tree.
Video about statements.
Video about statements.
You think you know what you're doing? Come on.
Video about statements.
That's it. Pick that up. There's a good boy. Now put it down. All right, now into the puppy house. Into the puppy house. Sit. Good boy. And he gets a treat. Yeah.
Hello again, this is Derek Wyatt, lawyer for the people. Now, the silliness in the doggies is over, so we've got to get to a serious subject, and that is talking to the police. Now, I've covered this in other videos, and it is a very complex topic. Extremely complex with a lot of details, with a lot of exceptions, and a lot of counter-exceptions. So I'm going to give you the disclaimer. You really need to speak to an attorney about this. But after listening to this lecture, at least you'll have a foundation so you know what to ask your attorney when you go in and speak to him. So anyway, this is not meant to be a replacement for legal advice. This is only to supplement and help you when you go speak to your attorney and ask him questions. Now, another important consideration is the fact that all 50 states have different laws. They may be similar, but they're different. Additionally, the federal government has confession laws that are different than the 50 states. So depending on who's prosecuting you, depending on what kind of court you're in, the laws and the rules might be a little bit different. Now, since I'm here in El Paso, Texas, we are going to be talking about the Texas confession laws. Texas confession laws. I'm going to give you a scenario, and there'll be several examples here, and you can see how the law applies. Now let's pretend that you're in a bar. You're in a bar and a fight breaks out. The police are immediately called. The police wind up there. They start talking to you. They ask you what happened. Now, that is a statement made to the police, but so far it's not a result of custodial interrogation, so the police officer doesn't have to read you your rights. Another example, you're in the bar, you get in a fight, the police immediately arrive, and the police officer walks up to you, and without response to any questioning whatsoever, you say, "Hey man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit that guy, I just was a little bit drunk." That is called the res justae statement, and just because you didn't get your rights read to you, that statement is still going to be admissible in a Texas state court. Let's continue our scenario a little bit further. This time you get in the fight in the bar, the police are called, but you leave before the police get there. And you take off at home and you go to sleep, but about 3 days later, the police officer calls you and he says, "Hey, would you mind coming down and chatting with me about what happened?" So you say, "Of course," and you walk down there and you start telling the police officer what happened. Guess what? That is a statement that is not the result of a custodial interrogation. Therefore, in a Texas state court, that statement would come in. Now, it's a little different statement. It's a little different situation, I mean. If the police officer calls you and says, "Hey, I need to get your side of the story," and when you get there, you sit down and the police officer's got a piece of paper and he says you got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You got a right to have any attorney present during any questioning. Do you understand each of your rights? Sign an initial here. Now, if you give a statement, everything you say is going to be used against you because that statement was made as a result of custodial interrogation. Thank you very much. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Stay tuned for future videos on confessions and statements, as well as a variety of other topics. If you like this video, please leave me a comment and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope life treats you great.